Hi, Professor. This is your student, Julissa Diharo. And I just wanted to explain my group's topic, the overview of the topic. And the topic that we did choose is Indianismo and Neoliberalism. So Indianismo and Neoliberalism are both theories used to define the roles we as humans have in this world. And as you know, these theories are so very much different. So we, as a group, we were curious because we wanted to kind of compare and contrast. So let us begin by defining both Indianismo and Neoliberalism. Neoliberalism is the idea of a free market. The end goal is trickle-down economics. And neoliberalism plays a role all over the world, but in reality, it essentially only benefits the first world countries. So this is because the profits made only go towards the first world, while the third world gets stripped and used for the resources they hold. As we talked before in other lessons, when we're using neoliberalism or capitalism, third world countries, we just use them for the resources that they give us, like the raw material or the cheap labor, which essentially turns into slavery. And then this is very different from Indianismo. And then Indianismo is the idea that all things belong and have a place in the ecosystem. And the origin of Indianismo comes from the Bolivian era, which began in 1971, and that is actually from your article that you did write on Indianismo. And before reading your article, I was a little bit confused of what Indianismo was, and I really didn't have a complete, grasp of it. But thanks to the article, I did understand it very well, so I just wanted to say thank you. And the goal of Indianismo is to sustain equilibrium in order to keep Mother Nature in balance. So, like I mentioned before, neoliberalism and Indianismo affect the way we are identified. Each theory identifies us differently. Since neoliberalism is based around capitalism, it defines humans by the ability to consume resources. Essentially, it only sees us as a consumer maximizer. Indianismo is completely different from this. Indianismo accepts everyone and everything, but they believe each have a purpose and an essential role to play. Indianismo also accepts all differences, while neoliberalism criticizes and defines differences. For example, neoliberalism will define the poor differently from the wealthy because there is obvious a difference in the ability to consume resources between these distinctive groups. And I'm sure that my group will talk about how they'll take a position on neoliberalism, so they'll give like a broader example, and then they'll mention solutions, and then at the end they'll do the section of critical thinking. So once again, thank you so much, and I hope you enjoy the rest of our project.